Mike and Dave rolling, boots on the ground. Big Rooster Media making their rounds, tackling.
What's up, Klamath Falls? This is Mike, and it's just Mike today. Had a lot going on over the weekend, and Dave was not able to make it to record this episode. However, we did record a What's Up Klamath Falls for you guys. Had a great interview with Ty Klewer, the owner of Skyline Brewery and Skyline Meats. And he came down and sat with us, and we had a great interview. But that's part of why we're making some changes. It was a good interview, but we missed doing the news as well. And on days when we have interviews, we don't record a news update for you guys. And well, the interviews are great, and we appreciate all of our guests, and it has nothing to do with Ty. It's just in general. Not every interview is going to be something that's going to be of interest to everybody that may be interested in our program in general. So, a little change coming. The interview programming, when we do those, is going to be called Spotlight on What's Up Klamath Falls, or What's Up Klamath Falls Spotlight. Still ironing out the details there. But those are going to air on Wednesdays at noon. So we are going to do our regular news programming, if you will, even on weeks when we have interviews, and that will continue to air under just What's Up Klamath Falls on Tuesdays at noon. And then Wednesdays will be the Spotlight program that'll feature whatever interview we have that week. And then, of course, on Thursdays, we'll continue with Day Drinking with Mike and Dave. So on weeks where we have interviews, lucky you guys, we'll have 3 consecutive days of content coming out of here. And so looking forward to that. We're trying to grow the product a little bit more and still provide more to you guys. One thing that I am going to try to focus on, because I do have some time, is digging a little bit deeper and getting a little bit more into the details of some stories. I mean, we'll cover stories. Sometimes I feel like maybe we gloss over them a little bit. Since I have time, I can do a little more digging, do a little more research. It's been a busy year, but finally things are settling down where I'm going to be able to start doing that some more. So anyway, keep your eyes out for What's Up Klamath Falls every Tuesday at noon. Klamath Falls Spotlight on Wednesdays when we have interviews, and then back to Day Drinking with Mike and Dave on Thursdays. So looking forward to it. Kind of excited. We might even be branching out into a What's Up Southern Oregon or What's Up Oregon. I'd like to hear your feedback on that, but definitely going to keep the What's Up Klamath Falls. It's what we started this whole thing for. So that being said, probably, I don't know if I'm poking the bear a little bit. I'm not scared of them, but I have got to just make comment on the Herald and News again. They are just I wish they were a good journalistic local paper. And they cover some happy stories and all that, but they are just, their cover shots day in and day out are following the narrative. You might as well be watching any mainstream media network of your choice, and you'll hear the same thing there, see the same thing in the newspapers that you get from the Herald and News. It's not local reporting. It's cut and paste from national reporting, and aside from some smaller stories. So, hate to do this, but I hope to encourage them to actually step up to the plate, and maybe if they did more stuff of local interest, their whole staff wouldn't up and leave on them from time to time. So anyway, just my perspective. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. In the meantime, though, I continue to use it to line my bird's cage. That being said, let me see. 7/1, July 1st, all flavored tobacco products got pulled off the shelves. You're not able to buy those at your local convenience store or gas station anymore. You can, however, if you weren't aware, get them through OLCC licensed locations. So you might not be able to go to, like I say, your local Chevron or wherever, but I haven't seen cigarettes in the liquor stores. They might be. It's not something I look for, but they might be there. Flavored cigarettes, and I shouldn't just narrow it to that, but chewing tobacco as well. So I believe those products are going to be going through the dispensaries. Wherever they are, they're going to have to be OLCC controlled, so that would probably make sense. So if you're missing your flavored snuff, chew, cigarettes, whatever, might have to go check one of the dispensaries and see if they have it there for you. And then moving along, the F15 Plaza down at Veterans Park. I know there was a lot of polarizing opinions on that. I was a fan of it. I thought it was a good idea. I still think it is. I think it represents the county well. It represents the city well. Represents the men and women in uniform that bring so much to our community. Represents them well. I got to believe that's I'm not a pilot. I'm not even in the military. It's a symbol of pride, from my opinion, and it's got to be for those folks. So anyway, I was a fan of it. However, imagine this. It needs reconstruction already, according to the city parks guys. So they pulled a budget of $175,000 to do this reconstruction, whatever that needs to be done. How they decided on that number is beyond me, because I must have just been like, write down a bunch of numbers, put them in a hat, we'll pull one out, and we'll go with that. Because once they actually got bids, lo and behold, the lowest bid was $244,699. So let's say we're $70,000 off. In our community, that's a lot of money. Some cities, that's not much. Here, I'm sorry, but I view that as a lot of money. Why? I couldn't find why it needs to be reconstructed, just that it does, that there's more to be done. Or anyway, according to Parks Department Director Terry Sellers, they were a little bit short. I'd hate to see a lot short. But more of our money getting poured into that. It should have been a one and done, in my opinion, but there you go. More work coming to the park there. Still a fan of it. Still glad that the jet's there. Just wish it would have been handled a little more competently from the beginning. A little more forethought. And I'm going to, I guess, close out with this story. If you are and have been following the Gerlette case, Kathy Gerlette case, the daughter, Christine Pereira, she's been, I guess, kind of the main perp, if you will, allegedly, in the crimes against the Gerlette estate. Had 20-something arrest warrants here a month or so ago, felony count arrest, or 20 plus felony counts and an arrest warrant issued. Went for a month and a half or so before she was actually arrested. And then, of course, was booked and released. That's the way we do things here, apparently, regardless of what our district attorney might think. No shot against him. He's doing a great job as far as I'm concerned. But his voice seems to go unheard sometimes. Anyway, she's up to, I think, 32 felony counts now, 32 felony charges, 4 grand jury indictments, a bunch of misdemeanor stuff. An additional arrest warrant was issued. Nothing happened. Except, shocker, she actually turned herself in last Thursday. Was held. Her hearing was set to go before a judge, was Friday. And again, I think I feel a freezing sensation coming up from the bowels of the earth, because Judge Hedlund upheld her $125,000 bail. The only reason I think that's the case is because he actually took the DA's recommendation this time, and he's the one that set the bail amount. So I guess it'd be kind of dumb to instead of bail him out and then, catch and release like he usually does. So, some movement there. We are working on having Christy on the show, hopefully here in the next couple of weeks. Still working on some technical issues, but we're working on it. And it still kind of blows my mind that you can have 32, I believe it was 32, 34, 32, whatever, felony counts against you and a grand jury, 4 grand jury indictments, and it's the refusal. There's still a refusal on the sheriff's office to act on a arrest warrant. So I don't know. I've reached out, I don't know how many times, to Sheriff Mitchell's office. I doubt he has any of my cards that I've left on his desk. I'm assuming they probably just go in the garbage can when I show up there. I have extended invitations through mutual acquaintances, friends. Offered to, hey, let's meet somewhere off camera and just have a discussion, see if we can find a common ground to talk before we even try sitting down in front of a camera. I've offered to let him control the narrative. He can talk about whatever he wants to, challenges he's faced taking over from Sheriff Caber, the budget issues that he's faced. I mean, there's a laundry list of just challenges that, as a new sheriff, I'm sure he's had to address. Would love to hear his side of the story, but he doesn't like me, I've been told, doesn't like the program, doesn't like the fact that I talk about what they're doing there in the program. And sorry, but I mean, I'm not here to be biased. I would love to give him his fair shake, but it's hard to not appear biased when you only hear one side, okay? And I verify the stuff that I do report, especially on the Gerlettes. Believe me, I have a paper trail to back up any and all of the claims or statements that we make on this program about that. And you can too. I mean, or anything, it doesn't even have to be that. But you can go down to the county clerk's office and say, you can check emails or whatever. There is a fee involved. But if you would like to, those are elected positions, they are public record, and you are able to access internal communications regarding whatever it is, and I'd recommend having, if you can't just go down, I'd like to hear everything that was exchanged in the last 6 months. Well, first off, it's going to cost you a fortune, and second off, I hope you own a dump truck, because it's going to be more than you're going to care to look into. That being said, though, if you have a specific case or something that's going on that you would like to know more information about, you can go down there, and I would be very specific in your request, but you're able to pull emails and information like that. It is all public information, and I'm sure they're not thrilled with me telling you that either. And I apologize for the constant dings. Somebody's decided to email me about 40 times or text message me while I'm trying to record this. My bad. Anyway, at that, I am going to cut this short. Sheriff Mitchell, the offer still stands. Love to have you on the program. You control the narrative. I just want to have your side of whatever story you can tell us. So that being said, 3 days in a row now, we're going to have on weeks with interviews. So what's Up Klamath Falls? This program is and will always be Tuesdays at noon. When we have guests from now on, it'll be under the Spotlight banner. Those will be Wednesdays at noon. And then Thursdays will continue as Day Drinking with Mike and Dave. And we've got some more recipes for you guys this week. So thanks a lot for watching the show. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends. We're trying to bring more content, better content, more quality stuff to you guys. And again, bigroostermedia@gmail.com. You can always contact us. It might take a day or two for me to get back to you, but I do check the emails. You can always comment on these videos, and I check those also. But love to hear from you guys. Thanks a lot, and hope you guys are going to having a great week, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.